The news spread like lightning through the Outlander fan community. An anonymous source claimed that Sam Heughan and Caitriona Balfe, the legendary on-screen couple, had a secret son. From fleeting rumors on social media to cryptic posts by behind-the-scenes reporters, everything suddenly turned into an uncontrollable media storm. One morning in mid-October, the Scottish Star suddenly published a short article with the ambiguous title, "Outlander star has a son in the public light." No name, no picture, just a few lines, but enough to ignite the curiosity of millions of people. Just a few hours later, the Outlander fan forum exploded. A series of accounts reposted an old photo of Sam and Caitriona appearing together at a private event in Glasgow in 2022. In the photo, Caitriona wore a light blue dress, lightly covering her stomach with a handbag. A small detail, but in the eyes of fans, it became the first evidence. An account claiming to be a crew member also revealed. One time, Caitriona arrived late to the set. She looked tired. Sam was always there to take care of her. "I'm not sure, but the way they looked at each other, it didn't look like they were just co-stars." From there, all the clues began to be pieced together like an investigative film. A veteran journalist in London, Emily Rowe, was the first person to dare to publicly pursue the case. She shared that in a private interview with Caitriona in late 2023, the actress once said a strange sentence. "There are things in life I choose to keep to myself. Not because I'm ashamed, but because they're too precious to show off." At that time, no one thought that sentence could have such a profound meaning. But in early 2024, Emily received an anonymous letter to the newspaper. Inside was an old photograph of Sam holding a 3-year-old boy in a small garden on the outskirts of Edinburgh. The twilight cast a shadow over the two faces, and incredibly, the baby's eyes were exactly like Sam's, and the smile was Caitriona's. The back of the photo read, "Louis, 2021. Emily couldn't believe her eyes. She began to quietly investigate, tracing the photo back to where it was taken, finding out who sent it. But within a week, the anonymous email account had disappeared without a trace, and Caitriona's photographer abruptly declined all interview requests. As the news spread, fans began to retrace every moment of Sam and Caitriona's past. Behind-the-scenes footage from Season 6 of Outlander shows Sam frequently placing her hand on Caitriona's shoulder, casually adjusting her hair, intimate gestures that go far beyond the colleague line. Moreover, in the summer of 2021, Caitriona disappeared from public events for nearly 4 months. When she returned, she explained, "I needed to rest, get away from everything to recharge." But those who saw her during that period said she looked different, softer and more thoughtful, like a woman who had just gone through a major turning point in her life. At first, both kept absolutely silent. But when Variety magazine asked the question directly at a press conference in Los Angeles, Sam just smiled and replied, "I think private life should be kept private. We share a lot with the audience through work, but not everything needs to be public." That answer was not in the least bit negative, and that only fueled the furor. Caitriona, in an interview with the BBC, said in a more calm tone, "I've always admired Sam. He's my best friend, my best companion. If there's something special between us, it's something the world doesn't need to confirm on paper." Amid the ambiguity, social media was abuzz with speculation. Did they actually have a child together, and deliberately hide it to protect the boy from media pressure? Many entertainment newspapers in the US and UK got involved. The Sun even published a lengthy report about Sam frequently visiting Caitriona's London home, especially on weekends, and always leaving through the back door. A photographer claimed to have seen a 3-year-old running in the yard, calling a man with a Scottish accent DA. These details make the story more real than ever. A media expert commented, "Both Sam and Caitriona have built up a perfect image for many years. If they really had a child together, it would be understandable to keep it a secret. But in the age of social media, nothing can stay hidden forever." In February 2025, Emily Rowe received another envelope. Inside was a handwritten note. "Don't blame them. They just want Louis to grow up in love, not in the spotlight." No address, no signature. But the small line in the bottom corner made her shiver. From a friend on set. She immediately contacted a few people who had worked on Outlander. A lighting crew confirmed that Sam often took private calls during his lunch break. His voice was very gentle, sometimes speaking French, as if he were talking to a child. Caitriona had spent years in Paris, and if they named their child Louis, it made even more sense for him to speak French. Media analysts began to wonder, could all the evidence be just a coincidence? Sam Heughan, famously private, had repeatedly denied the romance rumors. While Caitriona is still married to Irish music producer Tony McGill, many sources say their relationship is on paper only. A source close to Entertainment Weekly told Entertainment Weekly, Tony knew how deep Caitriona and Sam's relationship was. He tried to move on, but something changed after 2021. Caitriona began to withdraw from the public eye, spending more time in Scotland than London. And that's also the year the photo of little Louis is said to have been taken. In September 2025, during Outlander's 10th anniversary, Sam and Caitriona appeared on stage together. The atmosphere exploded as the audience gave a standing ovation. When the MC asked if they had any words to say to their fans, Caitriona took Sam's hand, looked at him quietly, and said, "Thank you for loving us, whether on screen or in real life. There are beautiful things that can only exist when kept in the heart, without having to prove it to the world." Sam replied with a gentle smile. "Yes, there are secrets that are only worth keeping when they are part of love." That moment made the audience silent. Many people believed that it was the most tactful admission. After the ceremony, the two left together in a private car. A paparazzi standing at the gate captured the moment Sam bent down to adjust Caitriona's coat, while she gently placed a hand on his shoulder. In the back seat, through the frosted glass, a small figure could be seen sleeping, perhaps a child. That photo, when it went viral on the internet, immediately became an icon. No one confirmed, no one denied. But it seems everyone understood. There are stories that do not need explanation. 10. Open ending. To date, there has been no official statement from Sam or Caitriona. But what is remarkable is that they have stopped denying. On her personal page, Sam once wrote a short line on her birthday. "Life becomes more meaningful when you have someone to call you dad." The post only existed for a few hours before being deleted. However, thousands of people had saved and shared it. As for Caitriona, in a new interview, when asked about motherhood, she just smiled. "Love comes in many forms. Sometimes it comes quietly like a star that only you can see.